Hey guys, I'm Jacob, and you are watching the Prepper's Bunker Outdoors. I want to talk to you about the knife industry today. In my first knife news update episode, really episode 0, where I just quickly introduce it, I got an interesting comment, and I'm going to paraphrase it, basically saying that the golden age of knife videos is behind us. And the commenter was hoping that this knife news update would rekindle that passion. I want to talk a little bit about that. Um, Being that I am to some degree within the industry, right? I know a lot of knife reviewers, I know a lot of knife makers, I know a lot of knife manufacturers. I work with these people. I believe that I have seen what the cause of this is, and essentially that is the knife reviewers who made their name doing grassroots YouTube videos have found out that you make more money when you're picked up by big manufacturers. And a lot of these guys are making their money off of Chinese manufacturers. So, how this works, Olight is a classic example, but you do videos for a manufacturer on their schedule. They make sure you get the views, you get the money. A big video will make you a good bit of money every month. A lot of big videos will make you a lot of money every month. So it sounds like it probably sounds like I would be condemning these content creators. I'm not necessarily. I used to be a lot more judgmental or harsh with content creators until I made content for about 5 years, and you realize that it's a lot of work. The people who claim that YouTube creators just get everything for free and expect everything for free, they don't make content. Why don't they make content? Oh, because they know it's work, right? So there have been times where I've reached out to companies or manufacturers and been like, "Hey guys, I like your product. Would you like to work together?" And they're like, and they've said things like, "Oh, we don't give out product for free." Oh, oh, good. You don't work for nothing, and neither do I. Now, I will never accept payment for one of my videos for a review on a product, and I will never accept one of these deals because I see what it does to the industry. And what that is what you see. You go to Blade Show or um, any of these events, and primarily the only presence that you see there is people who are being paid to be there. And I'm not going to name any names with that, but you don't see the classic names that were made popular doing grassroots videos. Um, and this, more than anything, has affected, I think, in my opinion, custom makers. Custom makers and manufacturers that have not yet figured out how this works. When grassroots channels become mainstream, grassroots advertisement goes with it. So essentially, people have lost their passion that they had when they started. It's very common. It's burnout. This is work. Now, videos like I'm doing right now, they're not so much work to me. Today is Daddy and Kids Day. Kids are taking a nap. I'm doing a video, and I enjoy doing videos. However, a lot of the videos that I do are work, especially knife destruction. I've got some more knives to break coming up, and knife comparisons have always been a lot of work. And I'm still passionate about it, which is why I'm going to still do it. But people can't do that forever. Most people. And so if these guys that you look up to have found a way to make good money doing videos, kudos to them. Does that mean that you should trust their videos less? Maybe. I'll let you decide. There have always been a lot of people out there that only exist to advertise a product regardless of the product's quality. Um, one of my most popular videos was my Ultimate Survival Tips MSK knife video. And Dave existed as a marketing head for a business. He wanted it to look like a professional grassroots YouTube channel, but for most it was pretty obvious what he was, and it quickly became obvious. And when I did those videos, his brand manager reached out to me. Not him, his brand manager, because he is the face of a corporation, very simply. Anyways, he'll be the only person I mention. Ultimately, you decide how this goes. You decide what videos you watch. You decide who you support. These big guys, they will always get the views, whether it's on the up and up or not, because they're working for mega corporations. But if you find smaller channels that you enjoy, hang around them. Try to spend more time there. What's really sad is that YouTube makes it harder to find smaller channels. And I know this intimately because I don't watch knife videos on YouTube, or gun videos, or tactics videos, or prepping videos. I mostly watch videos based on my hobbies, and I have to do the same thing you guys do. I see pages and pages of paid sponsored videos all saying the exact same thing, all completely worthless. And I have to search and find honest videos. Sometimes it's really difficult. Sometimes I research a product and only find honest information about it after the fact. It happens because YouTube exists to make money, especially now, through advertisements, through everything else, and the best way to make money is to get money from the people that have money. That's companies. It's not you. You're probably not paying for your YouTube. You're making them a couple bucks, like you might be making me a couple bucks by viewing through whatever advertisement wants to throw their stuff up on here. But that's the pocket change. If I wanted to make good money for one of my videos, let's say a gun part. Let's say someone sends me a $400 gun part and wants a video within a month. A good video, not just a quick video. Sure, it's going to be $3,000. When I started Beach and Tactical, I reached out to this 60-second product shout-out page that's become very popular. I don't exactly remember the name, but it's a gun channel that's become very popular. At the time, however, they only had like 2,000 subscribers, and they're like, we'll do a 60-second video for you. It's not a review, it's just an overview. We make the video, that'll be $3,000. What? That's what it costs. Guys, the channels that you're watching, that's where they're making their money on the front end. AdSense, the money they're making for their ad revenue, is on the backside. And if they're getting hundreds of thousands of views, then that is good money on the backside, but it's not the primary income. And, any sport, anything, they all start grassroots with true hobbyists, right? With people who are truly passionate. When they go mainstream, they lose their heart. If you've ever been interested in a weird sport like me, be it little things, paintball, airsoft, strongman, remote control, cars, whatever it is, when they go mainstream, in a lot of ways they get better. But to the true enthusiasts, often, a lot of times, they get worse in many ways. So that's what you're seeing, guys. China's pulling the strings on manufacturing. I probably don't have to tell you that, but that's where the money is. A lot of American manufacturers and companies haven't figured it out, but they also don't have the free capital to throw around that these Chinese manufacturers do. So we are in a state where businesses really have to evolve or die. They have to figure out how to be competitive, how to get their name out there, how to keep their quality and fit and finish where it needs to be, but also help people to find it. You could make the best product on the planet. You could be the most skilled knife maker that has ever been. And if you don't find a way to become discovered, you'll never make any money. Some of the crappiest YouTube channels are ginormous and make huge bucks. Some crappy knife makers have a huge following and make big bucks. And a lot of the biggest companies also are crappy. They've found a way to get it to the masses. So anyways, guys, it's, I don't know, is this industrialization? It's kind of a bummer, and people don't see it necessarily. So I am going to continue to go out of my way to make content for the little guys because I think that's what's needed. The little guys don't appreciate it. They don't understand it. They can't appreciate it. They can't appreciate the work that's gone into it or whatever else. So it might feel like a thankless job sometimes, but some people really do appreciate it. In the end of the day, for me, I have to look at the industry and see a problem and be able to feel like I'm doing something different and I'm doing something to help. And there is a sense of pride in that. So, I'm going to continue going to Blade shows. I'll probably be going to Blade Show Texas. I'll continue to do videos mostly for people probably who really don't care, and some of them do genuinely, but that's not what's important. Because what's important is whether they care about the videos or not. Do they make a good product at a good price? Are they offering something unique? And are they what my viewers want to see? It's kind of like, man, I'm going along with this. It's kind of like magazines. I remember as a little kid, probably 6 years old, I would buy magazines or have my dad buy them, like Peterson's 4-Wheel Drive, and I'd read them cover to cover. Huge articles, pages and pages and pages of text. What happened? Now you open a magazine and it's mostly full page advertisements with maybe a couple sentences and some small fine print warnings and a few short articles. People don't want to read anymore. People don't want to put in the work, and people don't want to buy magazines. Therefore, magazines have to find an alternative way to make money. So they make their money from advertisers, which is where you get a full page advertisement of some girl wearing some tight Wrangler jeans and she's leaning over a 1955 bubble fender Chevy truck and the advertisements for cigarettes. And there's almost no words on it. And you're like, oh, wow, glad this is what I paid for in my magazine. Which entail, it's a deadly circle, because then less and less people are going to buy magazines, right? Because that's not entertaining at all. People who are entertained by that type of thing are probably buying different types of magazines. So, that's what's going on in the industry. That's where YouTube's going to go. You're going to get more refined content, more and more refined, like TV commercials that have less and less substance, and you're going to get less and less information. And for those of you like me who really crave information, you'll have to find a different source, and it'll be harder and harder to find. So there you go. 15 minutes of why the golden age of knife videos and content is gone. Maybe we can bring it back. I think the Knife News update every month, giving you information on what manufacturers and custom makers are doing every single month, I think it's going to be a step in the right direction. But I'll never be big enough to make a change that hits the whole industry, at least not with a significant amount of help from you guys. Speaking of which, you can look at the description box below to see how you can help support this channel. I have my personal businesses, Beach and Tactical for rifle slings, Exodus Knife and Tool for my knife brand. I have a Patreon where you can support the channel directly, social media links, and affiliate links. I'm an affiliate for Palmetto State Armory and Brownells. So if you're going to buy stuff from those guys and you use my link, it doesn't cost you anything extra and it helps support the channel. I appreciate you watching. I doubt many of you got this far through this boring video, but it is something I wanted to talk about, so even if nobody watches it, it's still worth it. Anyways, hope they have a blessed day, and I'll talk to you in the comment section below.